Well, South Dakota is a small
I was
state.
gonna
So
say, there's not many
every
big
city
towns
is
there.
a small city. Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm from, if you've ever
They won't even listen to the conversation that we have today. And they're going to be like, screw that guy. I'm not following that guy anymore. Let's try and ruin his career. How dangerous and how crazy is that in today's society?
I don't anticipate that we're going to sit here and debate like Middle East policy or, capitalism versus socialism. Outside of all that, I am a human being in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
So yes, people say, oh, you're from South Dakota.
Right.
You're just a small town. For this one, UNLV in Las Vegas.
Ooh.
So yes, people say, oh, you're from South Dakota.
Right.
You're just a small town. Rough for me. I mean, I lived in the South Bay, so Redondo, Hermosa Beach area of LA, and I couldn't leave there. Like I couldn't cross the 405. Santa Monica, death trap for me. WeHo, nasty here in Nashville.
Yeah.
So nothing like it is in LA. Here, it's an accolade to be conservative for the most part.
Right.
I get into little things on Twitter with like the Maren Morrises of the world,
Right.
who are, in my opinion, vile. But other than that, I mean, Tennessee is not a dangerous place for me.
Yeah. People are afraid to say how they actually feel. But I got to imagine at some point in your career or your life, was it hard for you?
Just because it's annoying and you feel like you're being watched. But that's anybody. That's not just if they hate you. They could like you and do the same thing. For me, it's more my family members. They don't want to be associated with you. They'll be friends with you behind closed doors, but they don't ever want it to be public because that might bring on some backlash for them. So before rating, rather than people who are acting or in reality television or in music and they have to walk a line, I have to walk no line because it's pretty obvious where I stand. And to me, that's a benefit.
Like, I honestly think that it was very entertaining. It was like a huge reality show. And those debates were just fascinating TV.
It can't affect it. That's to me, that's a cop out. It's a way to just say, let everybody else deal with all this. Well, then if you do that, don't be surprised if your life doesn't go the way that you want it to go. So at least try. Tinfoil hats way out on the right. I get that too. But I feel like this country is center right. But we've been confused to the point where we think, like you think, my friends, how many people's lives and livelihoods would you be willing to rob from them to cool the earth by such a small degree? Advantage of early voting and mail-in voting and whatever it may be, because that's where we are right now, and it's not going to go back the other way as much as we kick and scream and wish it did. Besides the fact that everyone from LA moved here. Yeah. And it's become like influencer culture here.
Very much.
A lot of influencers here.
Very much.
Getting to be a little too many influencers. Mortgage payments on rent that you also can't afford, and you'll probably never be able to get into a home. Things are not going well. So the economy is something that people have to focus on. The third thing I would say is just parental rights. You're about to be a parent, so this should matter to you.